Колеги, доброго ранку. Ми розпочинаємо.
Good morning, dear colleagues. We start our working day, and I give the floor to the head of the Department of Communication and Press of the Ministry of Defense, Colonel Oksana Gavrylyuk, and then we'll have Lieutenant Colonel Anatoly Stelmach, an ATO spokesman via Skype. Good morning, everybody. The Ministry of Defense of Ukraine continues to augment the cooperation with the NATO alliance. In 2015, the main efforts were concentrated on the development of the system of command and communication of the armed forces of Ukraine, the development of special operation forces, and logistics and military medicine, also training of specialists in the information and psychological operations, demining and counteracting self-made explosive devices. At the same time, Ukraine continues to remain the only partner country whose units took part and are taking part in all the operations and missions of the alliance to support peace and security. The priorities of cooperation of NATO and the armed forces of Ukraine for 2016-17 provide for the continuation of the building up of operational capacities of the Ukrainian army, the introduction of integrated system of logistics and other standards of NATO, restoration of the operational capacities and development of our Navy, and also the development of strategic communications. The priorities, the prospective trends of cooperation of the armed forces of Ukraine and NATO are also the language training of military servicemen, exchange of data about air situation, and taking part in multinational military formations of high level of preparedness. A special place in the cooperation between the armed forces of Ukraine and the alliance is taken by the cooperation between within the framework of the NATO concept, intelligent defense, and initiatives of joint forces. The armed forces of Ukraine get support and help from the alliance on dismantling, demilitarization, and utilization of military machinery, creation of universal interface of the armament of aircraft, organization of rear provision, protection of ports, etc. The cooperation within the framework of the initiative of joint forces is aimed at the improvement of the agreement between the units of armed forces Ukraine and NATO countries in the course of a joint operation. As far as joint trainings are concerned, in 2015, the armed forces of Ukraine took part in 7 multinational military trainings. 4 of them were in the territory of Ukraine and 3 beyond our borders. Another 4 joint trainings are to be conducted. We are talking about the Ukrainian-Polish tactical training of aviation units called Secure Sky 2015 that will happen on the 12th to 16th October in Ivano-Frankivsk region. It is planned that up to 350 servicemen from both countries will take part in this training, and also helicopters and fighter jets and transportation airplanes. Also, the Maple Arch 2015 multinational headquarters training will take part in the Lithuanian Republic from 9th to 22nd of November. Certification training of the Combat Tactical Group of the European Union Common Challenge 2015 will take place in the Republic of Poland, and from the 14th to 20th of November, and also multinational tactical training Trident Juncture 2015 will take place from 18th of October to 6th of November in two countries at once, in Spain and Italy. Up to 20 Ukrainian servicemen will take part in this training, and also one plane. The Ukrainian military in the anti-terrorist operation zone continue to clean up the territory from explosive devices left behind by the invaders. Over the last week, the demining and engineering units of the armed forces of Ukraine have found and defused 344 explosive devices. And from the start of the anti-terrorist operation, the military engineers have defused in the anti-terrorist operation zone 18,909 explosive devices. The Commission of the Ministry of Defense and the Armed Forces of Ukraine continue to bestow the status of the combat action participant to the military servicemen and workers of the Armed Forces of Ukraine who took part in the anti-terrorist operation zone, and last week they have given this status to 198 people. At the moment, the status of the combat action participant is bestowed to 71,231 people. Over the last weeks, the Ukrainian military units that are taking part in the performing tasks in the anti-terrorist operation zone have received 8 units of radio electronic equipment for aircraft, 46 units of automobile machinery, 100 military devices for monitoring and sighting, 4 units of radio electronic combat, a modernized plane, and also 135,000 rockets and rounds of ammunition. The repair teams of the Armed Forces of Ukraine have sent back to service in the anti-terrorist operation zone 300 units of equipment and military machinery, including tanks, anti-aircraft, artillery, howitzers, cannons, anti-tank rocket sets, devices, and also 201 lorries and cars. The state enterprises have repaired 9 units of military machinery. The efficient fulfillment of the state defense order to Ukrainian enterprises and institutions and organizations are provided for by the military representations of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine. In 2015, they controlled the quality of repair and production and have accepted for the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine the production of defense designation for the total amount of 4,107,000,000 hryvnia. And for the delivery of these services, the special fund of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine has received almost 11,700,000 hryvnia. And now the word goes to the officer of the press center of the anti-terrorist operation headquarters, Lieutenant Colonel Anatoly Stelmach. He says that the situation in the anti-terrorist operation zone from the 25th to 28th of September remains stable. The pro-Russian bandit formations have continued to fire at our positions from time to time. However, these, according to our information, these firings were made by uncontrolled groupings of the enemy. Also, there's a trend for armed provocations in the night time. On the 25th of September, at approximately 4 p.m. in Artemis district, the gunmen have fired from grenade launcher and small firearms at our stronghold next to the settlement Zaytsevo. Also at 6:35 p.m. the enemy sniper was firing at our stronghold in the settlement of Zaitsevo. And at 9 p.m. again, in the vicinity of Zaitsevo, the gunmen have fired at the anti-terrorist operation zone from a grenade launcher and firearms. We should single out provocative actions by the mercenaries. They have fired in the direction of the demarcation line, expecting the answer from the armed forces of Ukraine in order to blame us for the disruption of peaceful agreements. As often this is done in order to create a picture for the pro-Russian television. At 9 p.m. the mercenaries have used small firearms in the vicinity of Troitsky, and at almost 10 p.m. they have fired in the direction of our strongholds in Leninsky and Kirov from automated grenade launchers. On the 26th of September, from midnight until 8 p.m., the illegal armed formations have stuck to the ceasefire. However, by the end of the day, they have 3 times fired at the Ukrainian positions in Artemivsk district. Also at around 8 p.m., 10 p.m. and midnight, the mercenaries have fired at our stronghold in the Lozove settlement from small firearms and high-caliber machine guns. Also an enemy sniper was acting in this vicinity. At 8:50 and 11:10 p.m., the criminals have fired in the direction of the demarcation line from automated grenade launchers next to the Troitsky settlement. On the 27th of September, at almost 1 and 2 a.m., the gunmen have shelled our stronghold in the settlement of Lozove from high-caliber machine guns, and from 9:17 p.m., almost for an entire hour, the mercenaries have fired at our stronghold in Marinka settlement next to Donetsk from grenade launchers and high-caliber machine guns. As a result of these enemy actions, 4 Ukrainian fighters were wounded. On the same day, at almost 6 p.m., next to Mariupol, the gunmen have fired from a grenade launcher in the direction of the Ukrainian units in Novotroitsky, and grenades fell 50-60 meters from our positions. At almost 10 and 11 p.m., a high-caliber machine gun of the criminals was firing next to Luhansk. On the 28th of September, in Artemivsk district, at 20 and at 8 and 11 p.m., the gunmen have fired from grenade launchers and high-caliber machine guns at the Ukrainian stronghold in Zaitsevo settlement. Besides, at approximately 8 p.m., the criminals have used small firearms next to Travneve, and from 10 to 11 p.m., from high-caliber machine guns and grenade launchers, they fired at our units in Mayorske. In general, during 25th to 28th September, the illegal armed formations have violated the ceasefire 15 times. We should note, however, that according to our information, on the territory of unrecognized republics, the criminal situation is seriously aggravating. In the first turn, attacks against civilians, looting and robbery are done by the armed gunmen who are practically uncontrolled by their leaders. In this month, in Primorsky settlement, 2 local residents have vanished who were driving in a car. In 2 weeks, the bodies of these people were found in the settlement Sosnovka in the trailer of their car. They were wounded. They were killed by shots into their heads. Their car vanished. Also, in the vicinity of the Oktyabr settlement, Novozovsk district, at the exit to the Ukrainian side, the gunmen have detained the civilian cars of local residents with seafood products. A question. I have a dual question. What